Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Shay Ali here with you on Inspired Online, and this afternoon I have got the special treat of welcoming you to Toyin Davidson-Ero. Now, Toyin and I know each other in a professional capacity, and as we love to bring a wide variety of speakers onto Inspired, I thought we'd go and explore the world of property today. Now, Toyin is a qualified legal executive. She worked in law and property litigation for many, many years. But she is also a big fan of social media and started doing lots of videos to help people get into investing, to help investors out there, build their brand and build their business. And she's a real go-getter and likes doing it. So now she has set up the Property Pillars Club. It is very busy. If you want to start in investing, it's a great place to go. If you want to continue in your investing, it's a great place to go as well. And she's the mother of 3 beautiful children. She's divorced too, so she's doing all this as a single mum and really kicking ass. So respect, woman. That is amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sheila, for inviting me on this amazing platform. I'm really fortunate, so blessed to have you as a friend, as a fellow woman in business. I'm really excited to be interviewed by you today. Thank you.
Well, excited to have you. And, I know you have a lot of knowledge and a lot of incredible people you work with as well. So the first question I ask all our speakers on this platform is, if you had to share your wisdom with the world in a nutshell, what would you say?
that question, I mean, it depends how long you want the answer, because
as long as you want, my love.
Wisdom is the principal thing, and without wisdom you will never get understanding. So what I'll share with my fellow friends is, never strive in getting more wisdom. You're never too old. You're never too knowledgeable. You're never too wise. You're never too stupid to keep getting more and more wisdom. But if I was to sort of summarize some of the things that I've seen, is that keep evolving, keep moving with the times, because what was the norm some years back might not be the norm today. Like, Sheila, look at computers and the way I grew up. When I was at school, we were using chalk on a blackboard, and pens and paper were in. But today's generation, totally different legal things. So we're seeing that there's been a total change in the society that we live in. Everything around us is moving fast. So we've got to keep evolving. So my advice to anybody is keep moving, keep changing, keep learning.
Beautiful. And, you've certainly done that with the, having been legal executive and in property litigation, and then going on to set up Property Pillars, which is what you're, doing a lot of now. So tell us a bit about, what was the fire? I mean, and how can we engage in that fire within ourselves to be able to do something, bold like that? Because there's lots of people that will have their corporate job and think, it's a bit unsafe for me to move.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if it doesn't come from within you, you will struggle to maintain it. I think personally it was a passion. And sometimes passion doesn't necessarily mean profit. Sometimes passion means sacrifice. Sometimes passion means suffering. Sometimes passion means going without. But passion is passion. And if you have a passion for something, you'd wake up, sleep, eat, dream, and live it. And that's what I found with my Property Pillars, because I didn't intend to ever set this thing up the way it is now. It was just driven purely by passion. Some years ago, I started making some YouTube videos from my Samsung phone. Having practiced law for 20 years or so as a legal executive for a lot of investors and landlords, I decided, okay, let me do something a bit different that might give me more work. So I went on YouTube and I started with my handheld device. If you see some of my early YouTube videos, you're going to laugh, because literally it was just me holding a wobbly phone to my face, and I was just doing like all this, talking. And that YouTube video got 2,500 views, believe it or not.
Oh,
and then,
wow.
yeah, so on the back of that, I thought, I had getting comments from people, wow, I like what you said. Can you advise me? Can you meet me? Can you help me? I thought, oh, this might be another opportunity to do another video. So I did another one and another one and another one. So we've now probably got about 146 or so videos that I have done on YouTube. And along the way, I picked up a lot of friends. I interviewed other professional people, a bit like what you're doing now. And I started what is now known as Property Pillars. And I started it basically on a whim of just, well, let me just give content out. Because from the content, I might get some clients who might give me legal work. But lo and behold, it didn't work the way I planned it. They weren't giving me legal work, as a matter of fact. They gave me very little in legal work for the amount of videos I made. What was happening is that they wanted to see me to give me deals. They wanted to see me to go through ideas that they have, projects they have, property issues, the things that I had been creating content on in the YouTube videos. That specific topic, they want to talk to me and take action. And a lot of them were not legal. You needed an element of a lawyer's input, but they weren't legal in themselves. So basically, I said, well, because of the inquiries I was getting through, I don't want to be inundated with inquiries. Let's form an action group, which was, let's meet once a month in the reception area of a hotel, and let's just talk. Whatever issues you've got, you bring it. There are other people who know better than me. We'll all come together, we'll rub minds, and we will take action. So on the back of that, I sort of said to people, meet me at the certain hotel at a certain time, and let's take it forward. That day, 6 people turned up, and we sat down, we ate, we drank, we talked, we loved it. And somebody had the sparky idea of meeting up again the following month out of the 6 people that we originally started. And I said, right, okay, why not? Come back next month and bring your mates. So the following month, we met again. This time, I think it's about maybe 16 or so people came. And they said, well, this is fun, Toyin. You're really doing a good job here with all of us, and we're benefiting. Can we meet up again? I said, right, okay. And it wasn't long until the hotel was getting wind of a group of people using their lobby area for monthly meetings. And they say to me, you lot can't keep coming here like this. You know, the group's getting bigger and bigger. There's 30 of you now. You've got to find a room. You've got to take a meeting room. So I was like, oh my goodness, what we're going to do? And I said to myself, well, if we're going to do a meeting room, we need to have funding to pay for it. It's going to cost us money. So I said, well, then what we're going to do is if we get people to contribute into something. And that's when the idea of a property club came to my mind, because I said to myself, well, let's call it the Property Club, Property Pillars, because that's how the YouTube channel was. It's called Property Pillars. I said, right, this is an offshot from the videos I've made. We now have it as Property Pillars Club. And then from the meetings, we had 70 people, 30 people, 80 people, 100 people. We had to create a platform for everybody to be able to exchange ideas. We had to create a website to make it corporate, which I did, registered the limited entity, and it's just been very good, very interesting. And we're sort of 18 months old now. We did our first birthday party in October last year at the Pullman Hotel. I think over 150 people attended that party to celebrate 1 year, of the club. And it's just been going since then. It's just been marvelous, actually.
So I love that, you know, it's a real story of entrepreneurship. And, you know, I love actually that you got your Samsung and just did videos, because I hear from a lot of people, oh, I don't have the right equipment, or I'm not good on camera or anything like that. With you, it was like, no, well, you know, let's just do it and see what happens. And I think there's a real magic in, you know, the JFDI school of thought, right? So, so good on you for doing that. Let's talk a little bit about property next, and we won't make this all about property, but if there were like maybe 3 tips for people that wanted to start in the world of investing, what would you say would be a good thing?
First of all, get training if you're going to really seriously look at investing in property, because as much as you can make a lot of money, you can also lose a lot of money. And one of the challenges I have with very excited people is that they go into property without the adequate knowledge, and they find themselves up a sticky wicket. So my advice to anybody who wants to start off is to do their research, and it doesn't have to cost you anything if you're ready to dig around. There's information all over YouTube that people give on videos. Also connect yourself with a group. That's why we started Property Pillars. Property Pillars Club is a club for busy professionals that come together and you share ideas, and we do investments together. So get yourself into a community. The reason why the community helps you is that it motivates you, it supports you, and you also meet with other like-minded people who are where you are or higher than where you are, and they somehow have a way of bringing you up. So get yourself involved in a community where you either do regular Zoom meetups in this day and age, or you do meetings where you physically see each other, and then you begin to build relationships with those people in that community. That goes a long way. Yeah. So the second thing I'll do, if you're interested in investing in property, apart from getting the knowledge, get a mentor to take action with, so that once you have the understanding of the strategy you want to use, get somebody who can guide you and who has done that strategy before. For example, if you're interested in service accommodation as a model, or you're interested in a simple vanilla buy-to-let, or you're interested in development, get somebody who runs a service accommodation business to be your mentor. Get somebody who has built a couple of developments to be a mentor, and speak to a couple of landlords who bought lots of buy-to-lets, and let them be your mentor. Let them walk you, talk you, guide you through it. And that's why, again, part of Property Pillars' function is to bring people who are learning with people who have a lot of experience together as part of a networking business. So getting a mentor, again, doesn't have to be expensive. I know there's some that charges a fortune for mentorship, but we've successfully managed to get a club together where you can be mentored very, very cheaply, or sometimes mostly not at all, by fellow members of that community who will help you along the way. So that's my second opinion on that.
Beautiful. Okay, well, there's a lot actually to unpick there, and even not in the world of just property investment, but you know, in life where you want to learn a new skill. I think there's some real value in what you said around community, around get some education around it. YouTube is brilliant for that. You know, there's YouTube videos on everything really, and then, you know, getting a mentor is such valuable advice for life as well, just in anything that you want to do. So, you know, obviously all of that resonates. And then in relation to the entrepreneurship, now, you know, obviously we are in interesting times right now. What do you think has really kept your business going?
Property Pillars Club was never established initially with the real intention of sort of, how can I describe it, churning people in and out for a short gain. The vision that I felt I had was something more long-term, which would grow slowly and organically. And it would mean that people would benefit and they will stick around for longer. So what we've seen is that during these challenging times, as opposed to having our members disperse, we found that the members have come a lot closer together, because within our private group members WhatsApp group, we all discuss the things that are bothering us as business owners, as landlords, as developers. So it's meant that we can have that additional support. So Property Pillars has actually strengthened, members have strengthened, and we've all looked for alternative ways to support our business models and to share ideas. So it's been challenging, but the mechanism for support is available within the club.
And I think that's just a great metaphor for life as well, in terms of, you know, when you don't be afraid to ask for support as well, you know, because when you're on your own, especially at these times, there are going to be organizations out there that are happy to help you.
Sure.
So, where did you get your first sources of support? You know, because when you started this, you started this from a YouTube video, you know, so how did you build that network?
Oh, it was, Sheila, it was amazing. I mean, to be honest with you, when I think back about it 2-3 years ago when I started, everything that was wrong in my life that meant that possibly should not have allowed me to do that, Property Pillars was there. I was going through a horrible marriage, horrible divorce at the time. I became quite ill, you know, because of the stress. I was under a lot of physical attacks, spiritual attacks. I was somebody that wasn't really fit to start a business, but because I'm such a fighter, and when my friends who knew me said, "Toyin, are you sure setting up this Property Pillars at this time in your life is a good idea? Why don't you wait for all this to pass?" I was like, God damn it, no, you know. I said to myself, in the midst of that pain, that's where you've got the beauty, the beautiful things that comes out of the ashes. And I felt that I needed to also divert my attention from the circumstances and the things that were going around my life. And it gave me a new sense of purpose. It gave me a new feeling of there's light, something to look forward to. So quite frankly, I just put my head into it. I just put my mind, my soul, and my spirit into it. And I didn't have, believe it or not, I did not have any money to set up for particulars. It wasn't, there was no business plan. There was no real foresight, forecast. There was no real, how can I describe it? I didn't even have an idea what I was doing from 1 month to the other. All I knew was that if I carried on plugging in this content, carried on supporting these people, something great will come out of it. And I was a visionary. I have a lot of faith, to put it that way. And I saw what I thought was going to be a magnificent opportunity for a lot of people, if people caught the vision the way I had been given it. So I just run with the mind, and with God's help, we're doing well. 500 and something members later.
Nice.
We're doing opportunities. The first opportunity that came to the club came from a private off-market cemetery in Sevenoaks that we partnered with the club. Once the club was established, obviously I started getting a lot of social media coverage. I was posting a lot on social media. On the back of those postings, people contacted me with opportunities. One great opportunity came to us as a club where we had the opportunity to invest in an off-market cemetery in Sevenoaks. And the construction stages was where they were at, and they wanted to offer a plot to us at £4,000. And once the build was finished, we could sell at 10,000. And the build time was 12 months. So within 12 months, we're making a huge return from £4,000 per plot to £10,000 within 12 months. And that opportunity came to us exclusively because we were a club. Obviously, these opportunities, they don't want to be broadcasting it everywhere because the end user is the rest of the world, so to speak. So they liked that. So they brought the opportunity to us. We did well with it. We invested in it. We went to see the site. I did a couple of YouTube videos about it. I did a lot of research about the cemetery business, read a lot of articles, and I was convinced in my mind that it was a good opportunity for us. It was just as tangible as real estate, as tangible as owning a flat or a house, a plot of land. A cemetery plot was the same thing. You had the title deeds. Although it's a plot, you had the title deeds in your hand. You held it, and it was registered at the land registry in your name. It was transferable. It was sellable like in any other intellectual property. So I thought this was a good one. And the entry level was very good. It was £4,000 entry level per person, per plot. And my members really liked it, especially when they went through their own due diligence, through their lawyers. And we bought quite a lot. And on the back of that, we were selling now. The cemetery's finished. The crematorium is beautiful. It's gated, private community. It's glorious. You know, especially with Corona, I shouldn't be morbid, but I tell you what, it did us a favor because our plots were in demand. And, we were selling at 10,000. Some people who bought 40 plots at £4,000 each were now selling within a year at £10,000 each.
Wow.
So you can see how much people made. So when that cemetery opportunity came through, it proved, even the cemetery, the owners, they said they've never met an ambassador like me. They're like, oh my God, of all the ambassadors we had, man, you're phenomenal. Raised £4 million, you know? And the £4 million is equivalent to 20 million today. So we were really fortunate. So when that happens, obviously the members, they grow confident in you and your club. And they begin to tell people who come. And now we're possibly moving on to the 6th project. You know, we've got, since the cemetery, we've had development in Peter Huntingdon that we're working on. Again, the members from within the club partnered with the developer on the block of 12 flats, which is a Miami metro style apartment.
Nice.
And earmarked for an award in the Huntingdon area in Peterborough. So we partnered with that. That's going through planning at the moment. We're hoping to build that out. We'd like it to get planning. Pre-app has been approved. And then we've got other little projects that, for example, I'm looking at one in Potter's Bar with a developer. And along the way, Sheila, it's amazing. what I could say I've honestly learned from my experience, don't be afraid to just step out and do something, because along the way, people who have joined this great platform have just been incredible people. You know, we're doing an event on the 29th of May, which is a Zoom event, which I'm going to invite everybody to. And it's called 15 Things to Know If You Want to Be a Successful Developer. And we do monthly meetups at the hotel, but because of the corona, we're now doing them on Zoom. And what we do is that we give people content. The people that you've seen on our Property Pillars platform have now become very valuable members. We've got a very, very strong team of successful developers who were already doing successful developments before they came onto Property Pillars. And as partners and as members with us, they present their projects to Property Pillars members, and they invite those members to partake of the projects and invest with them. So the developer puts his money in, the members put their money in, and together they do the build and they split the profits. And it's just been fantastic. And I'm not into hard sell. I cannot sell a thing. I can only give you my truth. I can give you my truth, but I'm not good at sort of saying the right things to get you buzzing. But I can say to you that, touch wood, our developments have been going successfully well, and we've got a team of solicitors who partner with us to do all the legal documentation, the due diligence. We've got a team that checks the client, know your client, frequently asked questions, and all the processes have now begun to evolve. And we're now growing. Even today, another developer has come on board with us to sign. At the moment, we've got 4 developers within the club that we are working with on their projects. And today, another developer has signed up to join the club to also present their opportunities to the members. And ultimately, we want to make the club available to the rest of the world. It isn't just something for Londoners or for British people or people who sit up. You know, we want this club to have unlimited number of subscribers and members, because we are a global organization. Everybody's global these days. So the club is now available on Zoom for people to listen into our events. They can come as members into our virtual world of WhatsApp, partake in our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, and hear about opportunities. When we post the videos out, they can see the videos. We do newsletters every month where we give people summaries of the opportunities that are presented. We allow people to do a virtual tour with us of the site. We do all the support. What we did for Bluebell, the cemetery, and what we did for Huntington, we've just taken the formula that worked so successfully there, and we're just copying and pasting it on every single project. And so, yeah, that's how we have grown. And I've never borrowed a penny against the club.
I love
never.
It.
I still don't even actually have a business plan, Sheila. Can you believe me? You know, and you know, it's not just about me anymore. That's the beautiful thing about having. No, it's different. I mean, it's a we thing now. What started as me as YouTube personality, taking a couple of videos here and there, has now become a we thing. Like I said to you, we've now got possibly the 6th partner who's coming on board with us now. And slowly we are evolving and we're growing. So yeah.
Amazing. And that's my next question actually. What is the next part of this vision? Where do you really see it go?
Oh, you know, I've been approached by a variety of people to do the club in Nigeria.
Nice.
In Birmingham, we have a couple of people who've expressed they wanted to take a franchise. Prior to Corona, we had already set the paperwork in motion for that. Their first event hit the time the Corona started, so we weren't able to launch Birmingham Property Pillars. But the vision is definitely to take the club nations. We are working on Nigeria at the moment. We've got some partners in Nigeria. And the way the club will work is very similar to the formula of the London club, which is we will have sort of monthly events, but over there in Nigeria and in Zambia and in Birmingham, we will present our investment opportunities to the members there. So the projects that we've got live here will be presented to them. So they also get the opportunity to have the training, the mentoring, the networking, and the investment. As you can imagine, there's lots of overseas British or you know, ex sort of British people who live in Nigeria who would love to have the opportunity to invest or hear about development investment in England. And the platform will cater for those people.
Probably. And like, you know, there's probably some British people that would want to invest in Africa as well, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. So the platform will cater to those needs. They'll get to know the personalities behind the project, because we're not dealing with any random developers. Our partners are established, they've been vetted, they've been checked, they've got a proven track record, good cash flow, and they've got a whole team. So we'll bring those partners virtually to them. They can reach them on the Zoom. It's a business is about relationship, Sheila, you know, because I've come to see that the key things to making a business successful is building a trusting relationship first. And once you build a trusting relationship, the business will follow. And so what we're about in the club is to build a relationship first. That's why we don't offer high-ticketed, money-grabbing training. We don't offer high-ticketed, money-grabbing events, because we accept that if you come, you like us, you like our developers, you like our projects, you like the mentors and the trainers, you will engage with them, and that will bring the money if that's what we want. And if it doesn't, the goodwill that we have left in your mind will be testimony, so that if you leave our presence or you go elsewhere, you can say, well, I was at that Property Pillars Club and I kind of like them. And it's the flavor of having a mutually beneficial environment, as opposed to being pushed into a hard salesy environment where, you know, buy this, buy that, buy a book to get. And I also talk about people being drip-feed fed content on. I hate people that, you know, I feel they've been taken advantage of, but we definitely don't aim to do that. We are real. We are people who have got families, who've struggled to earn every penny, every pound, and we want to put it into good use. So my ethos is to give value first. The money will come later. It will definitely come later.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for all that. I mean, lots of brilliant lessons there in entrepreneurship as well. You know, that power of building community, that power of nurturing trust to build business, that bravery to, you know, build a business when you are single mother with 3 children. There are many out there that will be like, oh, I don't have time, or I could never do that. So, you know, thank you for being, you know, that inspiration in so many ways. Before I let you go, 2 final questions for you. One, do you have any final thoughts? And then we'll ask, how can our beautiful audience connect with you or start investing?
Well, connecting with me is so easy. I have a strong presence, I think, on Facebook. It's my name, Toyin Davidson-Ero, Toyin, and then Davidson-Ero. You can also visit our Property Pillars website and sign up to our newsletters, which the website is www.propertypillarsclub.com, propertypillarsclub.com. You can follow us on Instagram. We've got a Property Pillars Instagram page, and my LinkedIn page is actually under my name because we've got lots more followers. So Toyin Davidson-Ero is where the current Property Pillars LinkedIn page sits. And you can connect with us. I actually, on the website, we're doing a free 15-minute call with Toyin at a time. So if you visit the website, propertypillarsclub.com, you will see the opportunity for a 15-minute free phone call. And that phone call goes straight into my diary. It flags up on the specific date and time, and you'll receive a personalized call from me. And the reason why we want to do this is because I don't really want to create any barriers between the people who communicate to myself and the club, because sometimes you want to get to know the real people behind it. I could have put a couple of PAs and administrators in front there, but I decided that everybody that wants to phone call and have a discussion with me, they should be able to do so with my diary. So people can take advantage of that. It's 15 minutes free. I'm happy to have especially during this Corona period. I've had a number of calls that I've dealt with. It's just been a great way of getting to know people. And I'd like to invite anybody who wants to take advantage of the 15-minute free call, and you can book it through the Property Pillars website, propertypillarsclub.com.
Thank you so much. I know you're out and around at the moment as well, so please stay safe and take care, and look forward to working with you much more in the future as well. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. I've appreciated every moment. Thank you, Sheila.